I want to talk a little bit about rookies, and I want to keep this pretty open-ended. Start with you, Jared, and then we'll go to you, Steve. Jared, did you find yourself drafting many of the rookies this year? Top rookies, I should say. And if so, who is your favorite rookie to draft at or around ADP?
It's tough to choose between Keegan Murray or Jabari Smith.
Hmm.
But I've had that decision made for me a lot, drafting in leagues with Ryan and Zach.
Yeah,
Uh, they're
yeah.
gonna take um, they're gonna take
Tyrese
Murray.
Halliburton. Oh, okay.
They're gonna take Keegan Murray before me, but I don't think it's a bad pick. I think it's a great pick. I love
Yeah.
Jabari Smith Jr. I think that getting him, I've been reaching for him round 7. I'm fine with it. I think that he's going to
Hmm.
have an incredible season. A lot of the times where we've seen Evan Mobley would be an example where we saw, or sorry, LaMelo Ball would be an example where we saw someone who was projected to go number 1 overall and then they dropped to 3. That's what happened with Jabari. He's in an excellent spot in Houston. Houston literally
Hmm.
unloaded Christian Wood to make room for whoever was incoming, and it happened to be Jabari Smith. So I love
Hmm.
him. I'm fine with taking him round 7. I think he's going to do a lot of good things. I think that he's going to finish with a higher ranking than Shangun.
Yeah, I've been putting both of those guys in my queue next to each other, and I'm kind of like whichever one is there, I'm gonna take, in the sixth round or whatever. And then if they're both there, I'm going Keegan Murray. I'm on the Zach train with that one. I love Keegan Murray. Um, he seems custom built for Sacramento. I don't really trust Mike Brown all that much, and the fact that he hasn't automatically named him a starter kind of makes me mad. But I'll get over it. And I think it's going to take more than Mike Brown to hold back Keegan Murray. I think he's going to be a monster.
Yeah.
So Jabari Smith, we should say, is dealing with an ankle injury. I guess as of Monday midday, I think we're a little unsure whether he'll be ready for the opener, but it doesn't sound like anything that should really affect him too significantly. So I wouldn't really
Isn't
move him on my draft board as a result of that. I would just know that if I draft him, I may not have him for the first game potentially.
isn't Keegan
TBD.
Murray in the protocols, or is that over?
He was. I don't know what the latest is there either.
I think he
But
was as of
again,
yesterday.
a one, 2, 3 game absence isn't going to affect where I draft a guy.
Right.
Yeah, me either.
I do want to ask you guys about Paolo Banchero because on average he is going highest among the rookies.
Mhm.
74.3 is his ADP on Yahoo. Jared, less excited about Paolo, or is that more about where you have to draft him to get him?
Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I just hate his situation in Orlando, and
Hmm.
he's been completely off my radar. I'm just not looking to draft him. I think
Hmm.
amongst the rookies, look, you're going to have about 4 rookies that are going to have top 100 seasons.
Hmm.
Last year in a loaded draft class, we didn't have a single rookie crack the top 50.
Right.
So Paolo Banchero, I don't know. It's if when and if this Jonathan Isaac fella ever plays basketball again, that's going to complicate things. They're just loaded at his position. I don't. It's mainly about situation. It's not talent. I think he's a very
Yeah.
talented player, but I'm a little bit concerned about him getting the usage that he needs to be an impactful fantasy hoops player. I'm not worried about Keegan Murray nor Jabari Smith.
Same. I
Hmm.
don't like where you have to draft Paolo Banchero. I don't. I think the last podcast, Matt, that I did with you, I think I even said I don't want to draft a single player from the Orlando Magic in any of my
Hmm.
leagues all year. Like that is my goal going in, is to have no Magic players on my roster, and that includes Paolo, because I think that place is just, it's a mess. Everything Jared said was spot on. I mean, if Jonathan Isaac plays, that complicates things even further. But I think it's mostly, if Paolo was going in the sixth round where Keegan and Jabari
Hmm.
are going, I would probably have him on a couple of teams. It's just he's going too early for me.
I think I'm also just a tiny bit worried about the formula for Paolo, what at Duke, and we're not trying to cut and paste college numbers into the NBA, but he was just such a well-rounded across the board guy. And so far, I mean, just looking at his last 2 preseason games, granted that's a tiny sample size, but 17 points in each one, great, but only a couple of assists in each one steal, no blocks in those 2 games. I'm just worried, like, what if he's productive in a real life NBA sense right off the bat. You know, he's scoring, he's rebounding, but we're not quite getting the steals, the blocks, the assists that we hope for initially. And it could be the lights go on and he's great and he's better than I think he is. But given that he's the first rookie you have to draft, that's why I'm not ending up with him, I think. Just because I'm not sure. I haven't seen the kind of blow up preseason game yet that makes you say, wow, that's what this guy's going to do. You know, so that's kind of where I've landed on him and why I'm not quite ready to make that investment. Again, around 74 on average in Yahoo leagues. But hey, it could look, I could feel a lot differently a week from now.